WAN optimization and SD-WAN. It's a question that I get a lot. What's the difference between them? If you already have WAN optimization in your environment, should you be interested in looking at SD-WAN? And the reality is the technologies do solve different problems. Let me explain. Back in early 2000s, a lot of people didn't really use internet as a backhaul. They were relying on very low bandwidth, very high latency private circuits. And in order to minimize the latency and to increase the throughput, they will then deploy at each end a WAN optimization box. Now, that was mostly based on things such as compression or deduplication or caching, which are working great for unencrypted TCP traffic, but mostly fail to help UDP traffic. And that these days might mean critical voice and video. It also doesn't work well with encrypted traffic. Again, in order to optimize encrypted traffic, you need to decrypt it, and that usually takes a heavy load on the machine and also decreases the throughput. Also, most solutions didn't really cater for mobile users or the advent of cloud computing, where more and more things now shift to the cloud. Now, SD-WAN is a bit smarter than that. It does incorporate application recognition, and then it can enforce different business policies for each. It can incorporate multiple types of transport, and thus bandwidth is no longer an issue. If all the links are bad, and that sometimes tends to happen, especially at the first or last mile, as data goes from your building to the local exchange, where again a lot of customers aggregate, an SD-WAN solution can then try to remedy the link with things such as forward error correction or jitter buffer. Now, I'm not saying WAN optimization is dead. You will still probably use it in areas with very poor connectivity, or if you are transferring data very long distances. However, SD-WAN did replace it in many aspects.